Hey guys, hang on 1 second. Well, I gave another intro. I figured this out. All right. What up? What up? All right. So, welcome everyone. Welcome Extreme, Denise, Sly Angel, Onion, or I keep saying Onion, Orion, Crystal, Tinker. By the way, guys, I meant to ask you, do I sound like does my microphone sound like I have something in my mouth? Because when I listen back, I'm like, why do I sound like I have something in my mouth? So I don't know if it was my microphone, if it's the way I'm talking. I don't know. So I was just kind of wondering. Some things never change. Amen to that. So let me tell you guys what happened today, and then I'll get into the rest of it. But I swear my oncologist was trying to fucking kill me today. It sounds like a retain. I don't have anything in my mouth. That's what's weird. Do I sound like that, like on Discord? No, but even when I was when I listened back, I sounded like I had something in my mouth. I'm like, why do I sound like that? So now I'm like very conscious about it. Because now it's like, do I sound like I have something in my mouth? So chemo today was fucking awful. Awful. And I mean awful. So we get there, we start doing the cold capping, and they do like the pre-meds and the pre-stuff they're going to do. Okay, no big deal. I figured it would be the same as last time. Okay. All of a sudden, about, I don't know, a half hour in, 40 minutes in, she said, she says, okay, we're going to do the, not tamoxifen, we're going to do the Taxid or whatever it's called. I said, okay, no big deal. We're sitting there, me and Sage, and all of a sudden, we're about 6 minutes in, and I only know the time because they said it afterwards. And I feel from the bottom of my toes and the top of my head, I legit feel like water is running through my body at a slow pace, is the best way I can describe it. Like water is going through me at a slow pace and it's crushing me. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, maybe it's the cold cap, maybe it's, something they put on my head. Maybe it was too cold because Sage was putting on my head like, 40, -40 Fahrenheit, because we couldn't get the temperature right of the cold cap. So it kept getting too cold. So I figured that's what it was. No. And all of a sudden, as this like water is meeting the middle of my body, I started to feel like my whole chest was compressed and that I couldn't breathe. I said, Sage, and Sage goes, Mom, you are so red right now. I said, Sage, I can't fucking breathe. Get the nurse. So the nurse comes rushing over. She shuts the machine off instantly. And she explained to me, though, that this happens often. This is not something new. It's not just, me. She said it happens a lot. So I said, "How did this happen?" The oncologist comes over. She said, we're trying to give you the uh, Tamoxa something. I forgot what it's called at a faster pace. Your body is kicking it out because your body doesn't want it in there. Okay, so let's not put it in there. So she said, "Does your back hurt?" I said, "No." She said, "But it is normal. It's not, something you need to worry about. What we're going to do now is we're going to cut it off. We're going to multiply a bunch of medicines, some, not ibuprofen, but like something like that, nausea meds, some vitamin. And then we're going to do it at a much slower pace. And then we'll see how you are." So we sit there for like a half hour waiting for the meds to kick in. And I mean, that is one good thing about having a port. They just do everything right through the port. So, if I needed extra meds, they just change it, on their end, and I don't have to move. So about a half hour goes by. She's like, "You ready to start again?" I said, "Yeah." So they did it at like a quarter of the pace. So everything was fine. And she said to me, "How you feeling? How you feeling?" I said, "Good." But I've had nightmares about that feeling all day, daydreams, not real nightmares, but like daydreams, because I keep thinking about that feeling. It was such a fucked up feeling because you almost feel like you're drowning on the insides and you can't do anything. It was very weird. And, then like my heart felt something, and I'm like, I feel like piercing in my heart. So then they did a test. I said, "As a matter of fact, I have a uh smartwatch on that does EKGs. I can check to see if it has any irregularity." And it didn't. It had a stress level. It definitely hit my stress level, but it wasn't, they said there were like um 14 irregularities, not in my heart, but in my breathing. Like, I'm telling you, it was scary. And I look at my oncologist, I'm like, "Are you trying to kill me?" But that feeling of just like, the best way I can describe it is just water. It literally felt like water was going from the top to the bottom and then the bottom to the top. And when it met in the middle, it just like crushed my chest. It was so fucking weird. And the nurse was like, Sage was like, "Mom, you were so red." And the nurse said it too. She's like, "Yeah, when I first looked at you, we cut it out instantly." And, I said, "What happens if it doesn't take the second time?" So she said, "Then we're going to have to stop the meds and give you a different medicine." So I said, "Okay." So, but second time it was fine. But man, it was scary. I mean, because, you think about like everything that's going on in that second. You think to yourself, "Oh my God, am I going to have a heart attack right now? Is this thing going to kill me like right now?" And all these thoughts go through your head. I'm telling you, it was fucking scary because, I mean, one of my biggest fears in life is not being able to breathe or like dying by not being able to breathe. And that's what I felt like. So I think panic set in for a second. And yeah, I'm fine now. And I said to Sage, "Get the nurse." It was just fucking scary. So I was a little panicked. But when they slowed it down, the only bad part is we were there till like 5:30 and they close at 4:30. So I'm sure they weren't happy having to sit around. But I told her, "You could cut it. I mean, we don't have to do it today." So thank God I only have 2 left. But I know the problem is they're gonna give me a really hard time about coming back. And, because Sage gets out of school later. So they're going to be like, well, we have to give it to you slow. So you need to come in earlier. Well, I can't come in earlier because my daughter, who does my cold capping, has school till 11. So it's going to be a fight tomorrow. And then tomorrow, because everyone was gone by the time I left today, I don't even know what time my appointment is tomorrow for the white blood cell count or whatever. So they did my blood work before today, before whatchamacallit, they did my blood work today before I started chemo. Everything was good. I'm anemic, but I'm only anemic due to the drug. She said that's perfectly normal. My next appointment's tomorrow because I have to get that white blood cell count shot, which fucking sucks. I don't even want to get it, but I don't have a choice. So, that's the one that really makes you feel like shit. And I'm not looking forward to it. But I don't even have another appointment yet because nobody was there when we left. But thank you, Maria. I'm telling you, it was fucking horrible. I will be thinking about that feeling for a long time. I was so scared it was going to come back. I'm like, look, because she even said to me, she knew that I was like panicking a little. She said that, if you feel anything, if you feel dizzy, you feel nauseous, do not wait to tell us instantly. So I said, okay. So yeah, it was not pretty. But I'll see them tomorrow for this stupid shot. I don't know what time though. I think I'll just call them in the morning. Hey, Chrissy. Chrissy never in Newton. I'm telling you, it's weird. It's I just can't stop thinking about that feeling of like your whole, just this medicine, like, but if best way to describe it is water, just going through you and you feel it like just going through you. And then boom, like it's crushing you. It was horrible, horrible. And I can't get past that feeling. I mean, that my thought process. Cause I thought I was going to die. I thought I was going to have a heart attack right then and there. Like, fuck cancer. This shit's going to kill me. And then my feet are more swollen. And she said to me, she doubled up my water pills and potassium pills. And she said, it's normal. I understand. And I said, look, if I gain any more weight, I might fucking punch. I'm not going to have to worry about cancer because I'm going to fucking do something drastic. She said to me, you can't lose weight right now. She goes, your whole formula is, your whole chemo formula is set for your weight. So you can't lose or gain more than 10% of your body, or we have to recalculate everything. She's like, just wait till we're done. I'm not saying don't eat healthy. I'm not saying, go gain. Don't want you to gain any weight either, but we need you to be where you are. I was like, why do I feel like I'm gaining weight? She's like, because you're bloated. And I said, okay. So just a lot. And then I told Sage, look through my hair. Is it working? Do we see any bald spots? She said, no. She's like, it's thinner, but I don't see any bald spots. And I said, well, that's a good thing. So that's what happened today. So I wanted to let you guys know I was really tired before. We didn't get done with the cold capping until 10 o'clock? Because you have to do it 4 hours after you get home. So while we were doing that, I was like, I'm tired, I'm dizzy. And then when it was done, I was like, finally, the shit's off my head. So I just keep thinking we got 2 more. That's it. Just 2 more. I know. She asked me if I was drinking enough water. I haven't really drank water today a lot, only because I'll get sick. I have to drink. I ate ice cream. That was good. My nephew lost 62 pounds while doing chemo and radiation. He had to have a feeding tube. Almost everything you have described, he did too. Oh, thank you, Monica. Telling you, it's crazy. Thank you, Ariane. Dayton and his friends did. See, but that's the thing, Orion. This is what bothered me is that, I'm going through all this, and this is what I thought about today. Technically speaking, I don't have they took the cancer out. So why am I putting my body through this? But then they say, one cell could have escaped. And Sage asked about radiation. And so my oncologist explained to her that radiation has to do with, the micro cells that you can't see of where the cancer was. I said it's about money because if there were microcells, then it would show up on the what's it called? It would show up on the margins, and margins were clear. So what microcells? So they claim there could be, but whatever. I'm not going to argue with doctors. Not a doctor, so I'm not going to argue with them. But yeah, it was pretty bad. Today was horrible. I just hope it's better next time. Ice cream is for warriors, but it doesn't count as water. I know, but main ingredient in ice cream is water. So you got to cut me some slack here. Yeah, radiation is site specific. She wanted more details. Like if a microwave radiation, this was her question. If a microwave radiation is, dangerous and cell phone radiation is dangerous, well, why is radiation good for cancer if they took the cancer out for the lumpectomy? And I said, don't tell her it's targeted because I already tried that and she's not listening. So she said, well, it's targeted. And then Sage said, well, I understand it, but if I put a microwave on my boob, is that going to kill cancer too? And then she said, no, it is different levels of radiation. And, you're doing it specifically to a certain spot. I mean, I understand what Sage was saying, but it was just funny. I thought it was pretty funny. But a lot of people that I've heard that didn't go through the chemo, that did have stage 1 and didn't go through the chemo and didn't go through radiation, when they got it back tenfold. They got it back 10 times worse than they ever did. And then they ever had it in the first place. And I don't want to be that person either. So that's why I said, fine, I'll go through it. Again, if I didn't have a high if I didn't have a high reoccurrence score, none of this would be an issue. And I wouldn't even have to worry about it. Hydrolyte, well, they want you to drink straight. Well, I have ice pops, but they do want your water. It does, Ori, and it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. I don't have body hair anymore. I noticed that today when I went to go take a shower. Most of my body hair is gone, but I still have eyebrows and I still have eyelashes. Knock on wood. I may wake up tomorrow without any, but I do have eyelashes and eyebrows, so that's a good thing. But body hair pretty much gone, which isn't so bad. Yeah, it is different radiation. I'm just saying that was her question. I thought it was a good question. But I'm just, trying to stay positive, trying to be like, all right, we got this, we can do this. But yeah, it was rough. Today was not a good day. But 2 down, we're halfway done. 2 down, 2 to go. But my question is, if they can give me other No, they told me I was, Monica. They said I'm guaranteed to lose my eyebrows. I'm guaranteed, well, not my eyebrows, my eyelashes, most likely eyebrows, and all my body hair and hair on top of my head if, I didn't do cold capping. So I don't know if the cold capping is freezing my eyebrows and eyelashes because, again, I lost all the other hair, and that was like overnight, most of it. Like, I used to get, like, these 3 hairs that I had to shave all the time. Nope, I don't have to shave those anymore. I have no arm hair, nothing. But believe me, I'm not crying over. I don't have to shave. I'm perfectly happy. Thanks, Placidius. See, but that's the thing. I'm cold capping, so I'm losing, like, I'm shedding a little, but I'm not really losing. Like Sage said, no bald spots. It's just kind of thinning, but they say you keep about 60% of your hair. So as long as I don't have bald spots, I'll just wait for it to grow back. Yeah, but sweet one, was it breast cancer? Because they say that tamoxa something. I forget. I always forget what it's called. That's how much attention I pay to it. Um, tamoxa something or whatever. It just removes your hair. Yeah, it's different cancer. Like Tracy the Truth had cancer that she was told no, not tamoxifen. Tamoxifen is the drugs that I have to take for 5 years after. This is it's Texas something. Where's my thing? Now it's bugging me. What? It is. Hold on. Hmm. Texateer or something? I think it's Texateer. Hang on. Taxon, Texateer. Hold on. I had so many damn papers. Hey, Desiree. I'm okay. Just had a rough day. Hold on. You get cancer, you get so many damn papers. Fucking crazy. Where is... All right, docetaxel. Docetaxel, otherwise known as Taxadil. Taxadil? Yeah, I think it's Taxadil. But yeah, it's docetaxel. TC. Also known as, I think it's, I can't see, but I'm pretty sure it's Taxadil. Taxater. Whatever, something like that. But they say everyone that does it, that is on that drug, will lose hair. Thanks, Des. Does anyone know how to get butter out of Uggs? I splash them. Ooh. Damn weather and 7 feet of snow. I have a snow day tomorrow. Oh, no. We have rain today. Shut up. It's raining and nasty. Lightning, thunder. And tonight is my last night home alone. Dayton comes home tomorrow. And do I miss him? Yes. Do I miss all the mess he brings? No. Do I miss him eating all the food in the fridge? No. Do I miss having someone to talk to? No. Not at all. I'm perfectly happy that by myself. It'll be fun when he goes to college, I promise. I'll be okay. Hey, Tanya. I was taken off. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that the hormone therapy did not work for them. I don't know. I can't imagine really needing it after chemo, after radiation. Hey, Robbie. I just kind of feel like, honestly, that if it starts affecting me to the point where I lose quality of life, then I'm done. I'm just going to live the rest of my life, however long or short that may be. So, but so far, nothing is affecting any quality of life. Hey, he's not going out. It's thunder and lightning. Leave him alone. Poor Buka. Oh, Crystal. I spoke to Robbie today. I forgot to tell you. All right. Before I get off, let me get into the other stuff that I wanted to touch on. I want to say again, because Robbie coming in here reminded me, and I spoke to Robbie about this, why this rumor is going around that Crystal Langford is a doxer. Yeah, she doxes herself, okay? Is the biggest crock of shit I've ever seen. So please don't listen to lies from these random assholes. We all know where they're coming from. And it's so obvious to see why people are lying about Crystal. So I just want to put that out there. And I let that be known to everybody. People need to stop lying. There's only a few people that could put that out there. I can only imagine who it is. I have my guesses. But yeah, show proof. You think she's such a doxer? Show proof. Show any bit of proof that she ever fucking doxed anybody. I'll wait. And if you're an ex-Patreon that knows what's going on, then prove it. Prove it. You can't. So sit the fuck down. So that's one thing I wanted to address. The other thing I want to address, I know, right, Desiree? It is really him. I was shocked too. So I know she would never do that. There's a lot of rumors that have spread about her, and it's just not true. So it really is. And there's nothing in Patreon. There's nobody ever going to find anything. So that's why I was saying, prove it. Just prove it. Prove any special room where she's doxing anyone. She is so against that shit. I can't even tell you how against it she is. And I will say it, as a matter of fact, because we had spoken about it. When I threatened to go real life on somebody, I don't know if it was JP's kids, Wendy's kids, I don't know. I was pissed. And Crystal is the one, and I spoke about this, but Crystal's the one that sent me an email, a message, said, I love you. I know you're going through a lot, and I'm not going anywhere, but I cannot and will not support that. I will not support going real life. I never said the first time who actually sent me that email, but I did say that one of my Patreons sent me that email, and that was Crystal. So for people to run around saying how she's a doxer and she's this, nobody's doxing. If we were doxing people, believe me, you motherfuckers would know it. If we were doing all this shady shit, we'd be the first ones. We'd put it out there. So stop with the bullshit. It's so old and so lame, and we're so fucking over it. So yeah, you want to come after me? I'm a creator. Go for it. You can wait in line. But to go after subs, Allie, Crystal, Tinker, doesn't matter. They're subs. They're not creators. They're off limits, whether you like it or not. It's just the way it is. Exactly. Good point. I forgot about that, Crystal. You would see it in our yearly Discord leak. You would see all the shady shit that's going on. Guess what? You haven't found anything in like 5 years. 5 years. Nothing. So you guys really need to take a step back and stop being assholes. And if you're a creator and someone comes in your chat running their mouth, just ask for proof. Don't believe everything someone says. Just ask for fucking proof. And by proof, I'm going to show you what I mean by proof. Poof. So this came to me just a little while ago, and I thought it was kind of funny. And the reason I thought it was funny is because you can't be a bigger bitch than this. And I don't mean bitch in a good way. I kind of mean bitch in a bad way. I know, Orion, right? I don't know why people don't talk more. I have been saying that forever. I've been trying to get people to fucking speak more in members. But we know that we have people watching in members, that people get, weird. I tell people, if you really are a chatter, come over to Patreon. That's where we do most of the talking. Members, for some reason, don't talk. And I appreciate all of them. I just don't know how to get them talking. Okay. So Mimi City. Mimi's a good if you're talking, but seriously, they're not talking. All right. So Queen Bee is mad that I guess YouTube is not doing anything about In Your Own Words. I don't know why this has gone as far as it's gone. I still can't figure that one out. Who cares? It's a fucking video. Who cares? I don't understand why there's so much concern over a fucking video. Big deal. Someone doesn't like you. And who cares? I do say memes. I know it's memes. I say Mimi. I say my own way, Orion. You should know that. Laura-isms are not out the window. So Queen Bee does this campaign against In Your Own Words. In Your Own Words has done nothing but speak truth and point out hypocrisies. Word to the wise. If you are being called a scammer and it bothers you, show proof and move on. That's it. Know that you're not. Be secure in yourself and don't worry about it. I get called a scammer all the time. I laugh. I know I'm not a scammer. So I just laugh at it. Okay. What someone thinks of me is not my business. If they want to hate me, hate me. I can't change that. I'll never want to change that. QB is the biggest crybaby ever. She really is. She talks about people being obsessed when she's the one that's obsessed with people. But without further ado, let's look at this crybaby shit that she put up. So I got to get the first one, but she wrote, if you've already, Team YouTube wrote, if you've already reported the video through our official reporting tool, our team has received it and is either in the process of reviewing the content or has already completed their review. We really appreciate you taking the time to help keep our community safe. Okay, I promise you that's Twitter's way of saying fuck you. That's what YouTube says when they say fuck you. So she says that's the problem. No action has been taken, and this has been done twice now. My attorney, who also contacted Team YouTube, we hope this is an issue you will look into. ASAP. I do, black hair. This is an issue you will look into ASAP. So Team YouTube, from the first half of this, to help keep our community safe, also for security and privacy, we have to delete the tweet that shows the screenshot of the email as it shows another person's personal info, email address, home address, etc. So this is YouTube's way of saying fuck you, but I'll tell you what it really has to do with. YouTube will not fuck with you if you have a lawyer, because that's your lawyer's job. So her reaching out to Team YouTube, threatening her lawyer, gets YouTube to automatically shut down, automatically, because they can't talk to you if you have an attorney. They told me this myself. Like, Team YouTube told me this when I threatened an attorney, and I said, well, I have an attorney, and I was so mad. I was talking out my ass, but I was mad, and figured that if they heard I had an attorney, I was going to be one step above them. No. What they did was they explained to me that they have a legal team, and if someone is represented by an attorney, they are not allowed to speak to you. So in my opinion, that is why this screenshot got deleted. And that is why they're not fucking with her. I don't agree with this kind of shit. Hey. But I'll keep to myself why it's a bad idea, because I don't need to give her any fucking clout or any leg up. But I will say that the second she's screaming she has a lawyer, YouTube's done. They want nothing to do with her, and they can't legally. From what I understood it as, legally, because they're such a big corporation, they have people that run these chats, run these, whatever. YouTube has, think about how many times Team YouTube gets hit a day. Thousands upon hundreds of thousands of bullshit requests. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's a bot who's answering all of them. Not even a real person, just a bot. Because if you watch, there's a lot of generic answers. And very generic. So I think it's keywords. Like, that's another thing. People seriously think that YouTube really watches videos. They don't watch videos. It's all in the algorithm. Let me get the other part of it. Okay. Now, again, without being an asshole, like, seriously, without being an asshole, please tell me how she's any better than Betty. Like, seriously, with this crybaby bullshit, all because she doesn't like the truth in her face. Like, seriously, that's all this is. Exactly, Orion. And they told me that. Like, if soon as you say you have a lawyer, Team YouTube is done. Finished. They will not fuck with you. And I think that's what happened there. So she starts it, or this was, no. So the original screenshot that I just showed was 4 days ago. This was 3 days ago. So she wrote this after they basically told her to fuck off. Okay. Team YouTube at Google, because Google gives a fuck. I know Google owns YouTube, but can you check into this account for impersonating an attorney illegally? It's been reported an attorney, Atanri, contacted YouTube legal. However, this goes against TOS and needs to come down. Really? Because if you have an attorney contacting the legal department, they would absolutely tell the client, I got it. Don't worry about it. Unless the client was an attorney and they would know what to do. Like if, something happened with Emily Baker and Emily Baker hired an attorney. I could see Emily Baker doing stuff on her own, or the lawyer, because even if you're a lawyer, you still hire an attorney. Queen Bee says, this was 4 days impersonating my attorney. This is not only illegal. So now you're telling Team YouTube what's legal and what's not legal. That'll get you far. This is not only illegal, but against TOS. Please look into this ASAP. Attorney is taking the legal route, but this channel violated, and I don't know what the rest was. And then they showed the copyright. You have 10 business days to reply with a counter notification. Your response must include evidence that you've legally taken, blah, blah, blah. Evidence should be submitted by replying directly to this email. Do not send your reply to copyright. After 10 US business days, if we don't get a response from you, the content at issue may be reinstated to YouTube. You can find more information about the legal action you must take and what evidence is acceptable. So being a creator that understands this, what happened was, in their own words, sent a counter notification. The counter notification, this is what was sent to B. So QB, I'll just call her Karen, or BHB's twin. I think that's a good name for her, BHB's twin. So BHB's twin got this notification. She, for some reason, I guess, didn't expect, in your own words, to counterstrike. So she did. And Queen Bee got this. Well, Queen Bee has 10 days to take him or her to court for a legal action. Okay. So YouTube, as a professional company, is looking at this. Okay, well, if you have a lawyer, why are you bothering us? Take it to court. Get us court papers. You got 10 days to show us legit court papers that this is a legit copyright. And then we will pursue it further. YouTube is not in the copyright business. YouTube is a platform. YouTube is a medium, not that contact spirits, although I'm sure there's spirit boxes everywhere, but they are a medium for people like me and you and everybody else to be able to have a platform. That's all they are. YouTube is a video platform. They play by the rules so they don't get their asses in trouble. But they personally do not care about your issue with, in your own words. They're not even listening to either video. They're telling you, hey, you got 10 days to prove to me this is real, or we're reinstating the video. That's it. Whining and crying to them means absolutely nothing. You're not going to get anywhere. They're not mother hen. There's not somebody, even though they say there is, there's not a person watching every single video. Exactly. She can't prove it's a legit copyright strike. Nor is she going to pay to bring it to court, because even her people watch and like, in your own words. And that was all I have. But I don't know why she's such a fucking wimp about it. I mean, she acts like she's all big and bad. Well, I guess she ain't so big and bad when you're constantly fucking doing this. And I'm not saying it's, you don't strike someone. But I've heard this more than once too. Well, I struck them because I don't like the narrative they spun. Guys, I could have every motherfucking channel down if that was the case. But people need to realize people are going to perceive you any way they want. It's not your problem. People are so wrapped up in this little community that they forget there's a whole big community. There's a whole wide YouTube world out there. And just do your thing. It sucks when you're pigeonholed into a community because fucking YouTube never puts me in the algorithm. Hell, they barely even tell people I'm notified that I'm live. But it is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a whole fucking community out there, a whole world out there. 300,000 uploads every minute on YouTube. So why is everybody so worried about each other in this community? It makes no sense. You know, everyone talking about what this one did with that one. Who gives a fuck? I really mean that. Who cares? But people do care. I don't get it. Yeah, she definitely can't prove it's a legit strike. Because, I mean, look at in your own words. They don't do anything. They just play her video with commentary. Even though it's AI, it's still commentary. And I don't know why they have such a fucking problem with it. And thank you for the PayPal. I don't know why they have such an issue with it. Hey! But the B is all that legal money burning a hole in her pocket. I know, right? And she's lying, though. Like, she's saying that that in your own words called her a scammer. I don't think in your own words called her a scammer. But why are you so worried about it, even if they did? If you're not scamming, why are you so worried? I don't get it. Hey! Nobody wants to hear you bark. Nobody. Nobody. Hey. That. Nobody wants to hear you barking. Nobody. I guess my cue to get off because he won't shut up. So she has this issue with any channel sub that speaks up about her shady ways. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't get it. If I went after every single channel that spoke about me, oh my God, I'd have every single channel down. It's stupid. I know. I guess it's my cue to get off because he won't shut up and he's annoying me. He's just barking at Buka. All Buka's doing is laying down. It's crazy. He just won't shut up. Hey, Coffee, I'm getting off because Buka won't shut up. But I will leave this live up. I want to let everyone know. I apologize for making things members only for those of you that aren't members. But I have to do what I have to do because I'm just sick and tired of the drama assholes hanging on my every fucking word. But this one I'll leave up. No big deal. Stop! God. He's like barking in Buka's face. Clapping works. Now they're both looking at me. Good thing I don't have a headache, right? Oh, now he's coming in here. Huh. Come here. Come here, you little rat. Come here, little rat. Buka, why is he barking at you? Why is he barking at you? What? I know. I know. Why is he barking at you? I don't know why. Because he's an annoying little rat. That's why. Because he's an annoying little rat. Yes, he is. He wants me to get some rest. All right, I'm going to get some rest. Hey, Eileen. Cold capping is when you're basically freezing your head. Hold on. I can explain it better if I pull it up. You want to go out? Oh, hold on. You're basically putting stuff on your head and you're freezing your head. Cold capping, also known as scalp cooling or scalp hyperthermia, is a method that reduces hair loss from chemotherapy by cooling the scalp. The cold constricts blood vessels in the scalp, which reduces blood flow and stops some chemotherapy drugs from affecting hair follicles. The cold also decreases the activity of the hair follicles. That's what cold capping is. So they say you'll retain like 65% of your hair. So far, so good. Hold on. Let me let Book out and see if Winston will go. Come on. Come on. Come on, Book. You guys get up and neither one of you will come. Come on. You coming out? You going out? You don't even want to go out. You pain in the butt. I know. Hang it up. Okay. All right. I'm getting off though. I'm going to go get some sleep. I got a long drive to Nashville tomorrow. I got to get the shot tomorrow. Fun. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. And again, I just want to give you guys an update on what happened today. Hey, Willow. What happened today, and that's it. I did get some homemade socks today from the chemotherapy place. Like people make, hats and stuff for chemotherapy patients. And Sage found this pair of socks that were like the softest things I've ever had. I don't even want to take them off. I think I'm going to wear them to bed. They're so comfortable. And they're so soft and they're homemade and they're amazing. So, all right. I will see you beautiful people later. Have a wonderful night and peace out, bean sprouts.